city, standing up tall, stacking metal and concrete like a poverty wall. Investors chose this neighborhood to market, buy and sell. Now there's condos growing like weeds, making the rent prices swell. Place that you were born in, the block where you were raised, the gentrification monster came and put it in its grave. They built a big hotel on the corner to bring the tourists in, build a new prison wing for the local kids. There's a difference between development and gentrification, as there's a difference between a local shop and a global corporation. Another shopping center full of big box stores undercutting local businesses. They're gonna close their doors, that's gentrification. Gentrification. They saturate the media with logos and names. You get lost inside that world and you forget to point the blame. But there's a process behind the building based on market rates, so they're pushing you out of your building to make a clean slate, switching the colors in the neighborhood by switching the class, while some big developer's getting rich sitting on his ass. You gotta pack your bags and hit the road, or maybe hit the streets. Not poor enough for sympathy, not rich enough to compete. There's a difference between development and gentrification, as there's a difference between a local shop and a global corporation. One builds a higher standard that everyone enjoys, the other picks your pockets bare and gives you back the coins. That's gentrification. Gentrification. In search of something new, families are moving out, crossing over the imaginary line to the next town. Borders defining counties, borders defining states, determining who profits, determining who pays. They call it development, but it starts with destruction. First they demolish, then they start construction. A violent cycle enforced by cops and debt, one manifestation of a global human threat. There's a difference between development and gentrification, as there's a difference between a local shop and a global corporation. As they market off the cities like products in a store, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. That's gentrification. 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 Gentrification.
So talk to me of freedom when they take your sweat and throw you on the dome like a useless worn-out bone. And they say to have no fear, we've worked for 50 years, but they take your job as labour is cheaper. Yes, they will. They'll take your job if labour is cheaper. When he walked in the factory, times were good and overtime was plenty, and life, it seemed so fine, had to crack with the lads on a jar, and worry seemed so far. Life was just for living when you're 20, yes it was. Life was just for living when you're 20. And then he settled down in a 3-bedroom in a new suburban town. Did his duty like Mr. Jones, and the mortgage rent was paid, and kids were fed and raised. Our life was different when he was 30, yes it was. Life was different when he was 30. Then prices began to fall, and the morning silence never more to call. And he knew the anger of hate when they padlocked the factory gates. Our life was different, unemployed at 40, yes it was. Life was different, unemployed at 40. Now each day it's like yesterday, and his driftwood spirit lies upon the shore. He's been to a training school, learned how to use new tools, but he's still unemployed and 50, yes he is. He's still unemployed and 50. So talk to me of freedom when they take your sweat and throw you on the dole like a useless worn-out bone. And they say to have no fear, we've worked for 50 years. They take your job with labour, it's cheaper, yes they will. They'll take your job with labour, it's cheaper, yes they will.
At 4 o'clock this morning, Hitler attacked and invaded Russia. I gave clear and precise warnings to Stalin. Hitler is a monster of wickedness, insatiable in his lust for blood and plunder. So now this bloodthirsty gutter snipe.
But one of the reasons why the war in Vietnam was able to happen as long as it did was because of this fear of communism. And people pointed to the Vietnamese as their enemy, as if somehow or another, if the country defeated the communist enemy in Vietnam, things were going to be okay at home. That was created as far as the enemy was concerned with the fall. What has happened is that
Yo, soldiers listen, we fight to overthrow the system. War for socialism, for Bolsheviks in prison. I hold the tech and give them some holier flesh than Christians. But don't forget the children, I hope for better living. Young soldiers, desire virgin, living inside this furnace. All windows covered with iron curtains. We plan in March, but we'll wait to invade December with biological silver suits like Mason Bethel. But that is right, any wars fought will take forever. So I resurrect Karl Marx and Che Guevara. Warriors stay together for all my soldiers in war like Paul Rose and fought with all hope, but he lost, but nah, he's still alive in lyrics and murder. Survived in spirit, we rise from barracks guillotine. Every king on this side of Paris, viva la revolution, or die to protect it.
We can assure you the horrors of war are appalling. We have drawn swords and charged forward, mauling an anomaly of harmony, embarking on a calling. We would march until our falling and crawl until our stalling. Our generals had taught us to stomp through the bombings, and as we fought on strongly, these thoughts would harm me as I feasted on the flesh of the dead upon me. We are animals, cannibals, the mechanical red army.
I refuse to lose my arm, defuse the bomb. I'm confused and harmed, mentally eluded strong. Don't even remember who I was prior to this war shit. If I make it home, I be visualizing corpses. Corsairs shedding tears, feeling this week. I pray for my life, ironically killing enemy. How the hell can I get back righteous? Fuck that flag, I just wanna end life quick.
This is why I say it's the ballot or the bullet. It's liberty or it's death. It's freedom for everybody or freedom for nobody. America today finds herself in a unique situation. Historically, revolutions are bloody. Oh yes they are. They have never had a bloodless revolution or a non-violent revolution. That don't happen even in
Left, right with the hammer hands, gripping a sickle with blistering skin. With fingers are saying no difference the mission I'm in. I'm a killer machine. Brain bleeds with the reasons achieved. The scenes of ravines of blood is custom created for me. Teaching evil. Pupils get gold stars with outer tones wet. Project a reflection of cold hearts, thick skin, camel and crimson. This is my religion, let it go. Stalin Jesus, sickle crucifixion.
Marching and fall, heartless, colossal armor. Rocket launcher is and started on targets. Forming over ball, torn into our squadron. X-ray vision, see through the walls of the people sleeping, breathing, they snore, doing they smoke bombing. To the windows of fume and the views in the room, I then move, zoom and I shoot them to wound the tissue.
Fire eyed, black and Warsaw, born to form
with abnormal pores that absorb cyanide gas. I warn ya, I'm that loyal. Bring a brigade of madness, grenades, daggers, AKs, Gatlins. Warn your warriors, my passion is morbid. Torn souls, you're mourn by morning. Red Army gang, the insane spar here. Orangutans and fatigues, guerrilla warfare.
Line in my brigade to hear the speech of Joseph Stalin. He spoke of Germany, giving us explosive problems. The Nazis took Minsk and they marched abroad. Guerrilla tactics amassed. I started off, carted bombs blasted and chopped the caravan, cause we refused to be a part of the Nazi terror plan. The bastard wished to have our citizens crucified. Who am I? The reason Hitler committed is suicide.
Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, the representative of the German High Command signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Soviet High Command.
Blood runs from the eyes of the soldier. On my knees praying, hoping, coping with the help of Jehovah. It's hard to fight the pain sober, so I intoxicate my body with this poison till the fucking pain's over. The Red Army take over, took you by surprise. Only roll with a group of guys that's down to ride. You can take my life, but never take my pride. For this Red Army shit, yo, I'm down to die.
Verbal warfare, let's go there. I'm a soldier in the battlefield, a rapper scar from the bars that I spit throughout this year. My rhymes going one and don't come out the other ear. We nuclear, about to go to war like we North Korea. Look, you can never bar me. Heavily armed, yet steadily calm. Them rides of Marcus Garvey. We two soldiers down, guns up for Rug and Salty October. Blood covered them up, this Red Army.
Sleeping in mud, camouflage, leaking with blood. Guns in my face, another country speaking in tongues. Breathing my lungs, banging from tar in my chest. The reason I've come, my name is part of the best. Searching the mountains, screaming out Hussein, we found him. The Red Army crew came, tools aimed and sounded. This full claim propounded, faked his death. God gave me the reason to wanna take his breath.
Red Army, you soldiers cannot harm me. Was told by old homie, the time will expose phonies. See the fact when they whack and just can't clone me. They'd rather kick my back, so I'm strapped with my arms on me. Yeah, I'm strapped with the vest on me, but not to impress. I'm strapped with the Tef on me, and you don't really wanna go to war. Y'all ain't in it deep enough to be dying just because. Now we can end the speculations with a blast. Just get my body back home, hand my son the dog tags.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked.
Medic, we got a soldier down. Yo, it's over now. Blood and mud mixed together, now his clothes are brown. He's trying to roll around, told the truth. Hold him down. Heart pumping out his chest, but it's frozen now. On our way, Captain. Over and out, we focus now. I combat where the souls are found. The ghost of town, we hold it down. So I rose the pound. The Cold War where souls broke for holy ground.
My plan of escape was forward. I'm hiding in between the teeth that exploded. Dodging missiles all over oil in the foreign land with tan fatigues. But it's lack of some things that could make a nigga lay back and dream. Special division of the Red Army. Private infiltrator, my alias when they got a dangerous mission, they call me. That's over the sign that they got me cornered by an abandoned helicopter with some of my partners on
to
it.
the sounds of the battlefield, killing your spies for the Red Army I live and the army I die for. 7 body parts couldn't alter the task at hand. Blasting, damn, you don't know? Ask your man. They call me Action Jackson, a reason beyond rhymes. I'm known to disregard my life behind enemy lines. We kill them one head at a time. Salute the general, Red Army, smack your sergeant off his head.
The white flag arose from the trenches on that Saturday. The dry sand is cold, I'm annoyed, I shot him anyway. My mind's striking souls, focused on stopping any stray bullet. Headed in all direction, I'm dropping heavy rains of artillery on them, heavy machinery on them. I'm repeating the process till they defeated and seated in coffins. The Red Army fucking either woke it and moused it and have your fatigue wardrobe, match our fucking outfits.
La representación de Cuba ante esta asamblea se complace en cumplir en primer término el agradable deber de saludarle.
I roll with a swarm of leeches, drinking blood as my life force increases. Drank with 4 swords, slice your corpse to pieces. Fight through the snow and the rain and Soviet tanks, defeat the enemy and take over their base. Defend my home, I embrace that and accept my fate. Yes, staring through the eyes of my father, who told me all you have in life is your pride and your honor. Divide and conquer, ready to die. I know it's time.
don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place.
Mother and dad and brother are sad as I walk over to the door and pick up my duffel bag. Cause we're closer to the war than we ever known before. So I hug him and I grab and I stutter as I laugh with him. Got a pass with him covered in ash. I was troubled as a lad when I scuffled with my dad. Now I'll never get a chance to tell him I'm a man and I love him and I'm glad. Plus I wasn't ever mad at him. Heart full of fear, though I trust God. Roll a Dutch car, smoke it as I call up my peers and tell them that I'm gone and I'ma fight this war. If you're not gonna drive, then what's your license for? I do this for my soldiers that died before and my survivors that life is scarred from dead aim. My time is near, and if I happen to die, the sky won't cry tears, just red rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
In every American community, you have varying shades of political opinion. One of the shadiest of these is the liberals. An outspoken group on many subjects. 10 degrees to the left of center in good times, 10 degrees to the right of center if it affects them personally. So here then is a lesson in safe logic. I cried when they shot Medgar Evers. Tears ran down my spine. And I cried when they shot Mr. Kennedy, as though I'd lost a father of mine. But Malcolm X got what was coming. He got what he asked for this time. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Get it? I go to civil rights rallies and I put down the old DAR. DAR, that's the dykes of the American Revolution. I love Harry and Sidney and Sammy. I hope every colored boy becomes a star. But don't talk about revolution. That's going a little bit too far. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. I cheered when Humphrey was chosen, my faith in the system restored. And I'm glad that the commies were thrown out from the AFL-CIO board. And I love Puerto Ricans and Negroes, as long as they don't move next door. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Ah, the people of old Mississippi should all hang their heads in shame. Now I can't understand how their minds work. What's the matter, don't they watch Les Crane? But if you ask me to bus my children, I hope the cops take down your name. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Yes, I read New Republic and Nation. I've learned to take every view. You know, I've memorized Lerner and Golden. I feel like I'm almost a Jew. But when it comes to times like Korea, there's no one more red, white, and blue. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. I vote for the Democratic Party. They want the UN to be strong. I attend all the Pete Seeger concerts. He sure gets me singing those songs. And I'll send all the money you ask for, but don't ask me to come on along. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Sure, once I was young and impulsive. I wore every conceivable pin. Even went to socialist meetings. Learned all the old Union hymns. Ah, but I've grown older and wiser, and that's why I'm turning you in. So love me, love me, love me. I'm a liberator.
If we don't have our dreams, what do we live for? If we don't have our dreams, what did James Conley die for? Look up, the sky is burning with blood that workers shed, and we carry on the battle for roses and bread, and bread and roses, roses and bread. We'll carry on the battle for roses and bread. He was born to organize. That's what James Larkin lived for being a union man. That's what Joe Hill was killed for. Look up, the sky is burning with blood that workers shed, and we carry on the battle for roses and bread, and bread and roses, roses and bread. We'll carry on the battle for roses and bread. With dreams in solid steel, that's what Mandela lived for dreaming of what might be. That's what Lenin died for. Look up, the sky is burning with blood that workers shed, and we carry on the battle for roses and bread, and bread and roses, roses and bread. We'll carry on the battle for roses and bread. Let's dream the dream of dreams, of life without sorrow, and maybe our dreams can build a new tomorrow. Look up, the sky is burning with blood that workers shed, and we carry on the battle for roses and bread, and bread and roses, roses and bread. We'll carry on the battle for roses and bread. If we don't have our dreams, what do we live for? If we don't have our dreams, what did James Conley die for? Look up, the sky is burning with blood that workers shed, and we carry on the battle for roses and bread, and bread and roses, boomerang. We'll carry on the path